a bunch of stuff happens in a sorority house, and they're screaming and running around. It kind of just evolved into what it became over time. I think because we actually wrote the script for like 3-4 years, so it had evolved, and then witches became like a popular thing around that time, so it kind of evolved to that, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I was like, yeah. And then we went out and we got funding, and we were like, we gotta go. And then they hit COVID. Literally, we got funding, and like a week before we left, COVID hit. And they were like, COVID's a pandemic, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, no, we're shooting a movie. Shut your mouth.
We got tested at least once a week.
We had to, yeah.
Big centers and stuff.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned with the first movie that played earlier tonight, House of Blood, that it's a miracle if anything gets across the finish line, right? I mean, the chaos that surrounds just trying to make a movie.
The non-filmmakers don't understand what it takes. And it's not just guys like us out here just crawling uphill the whole time, you know, trying to get it done. It's everyone involved, your families, your wives, your girlfriends, your whoever's involved in your life at the time. They're suffering just as much as you are trying to get to that finish line, you know?
And you've made many movies over the years, Joe, and a couple of them had real significant issues way outside of your control. I mean, just things happen sometimes.
Man.
But I remember
it seems like every project I do, there's some catastrophic thing at the end. You know, it may not be on set, but it might be driving home from set.
I remember you were so happy with the script was greenlit, you're going, you've got your investors in, and all of a sudden like COVID hits, and I was like, this cannot possibly be happening.
Well, there's a lot that happens in filmmaking, okay? And sometimes you'll get a whole movie going, fully funded, and then your producer will shut it down and leave you 8 days into shooting and take all your money and go back to LA. And that's what happened right before we got funding for Sorority. We wrote a movie that was being shot here locally called Hank, and some crazy shit happened to that. And now you can find it's called The Bellkeeper, and it stars Randy Kocher, but we're not involved in it because they took it from us. Yeah, so that led us into what the hell are we gonna do next? And then we just happened to meet two lovely angels who were local, and we're like, we'll give you money. And they did, and they believed in us, and they still believe in us. They still believe in us, and they know that we are on the path to create. We've already shot 2 more films. We got Demon Queen Pinball Machines coming out, and we just shot one in New Mexico with Paul Wilson. Again, he was also a Demon Queen, but called Give Me a D, and we just wrapped that up like last Friday. Took a little while getting home, and we made it.
I know everyone came out tonight to see the movie on the big screen, but it is streaming right now online as well. So it's not.
No, it is available on Amazon.
But that's what I meant.
It's available on Amazon and Walmart. Sorority is available everywhere if you want to buy the DVD or Blu-ray. It will be streaming in like a week and a half. I just don't know where. I don't know where yet. They sent us an email this morning. I got it saying that the reason why I got pushed is because some other movie called Sorority Row or something just got released, and they don't want to like gum up the gears. And I was like, ours is better than that, I guarantee it.
And I feel like yours is much different than
yeah. I mean, ours is just blood, boobs, and boners.
You obviously gravitated
the 3 things
towards...
you need for a horror film.
I don't think there's enough. You got the Holy Trinity in this.
It's the 3 B's.
Yeah.
Every screenwriter does it.
Yeah.
What about horror movies makes you gravitate towards them?
Blood, boobs, and boners.
Yeah. I think the fact that you don't need a big star, it's all about the story and the effects and the way you tell it.
The shooting.
You don't need Tom Cruise in something like a horror.
And we asked him, and he was like, "Fuck, who are you? Go away."
He kept running.
I know. We chased him down. We're like, "Hey, this is great."
Yeah.
He's
He
like,
just kept running.
"Players, take you."
High knees all the way out.
So the smoke was the vapor from my bomb. He was running from.
You had some really cool effects of this. Was there one in particular that on paper you were like, oh, it's gonna be amazing, and then actually trying to bring it to life, you're like, why am I killing myself trying to do this?
No, they were, thanks to Roy and his team, the effects were pretty easy. There were scenes we cut.
Wall smashes.
Yeah, there were some scenes we cut when Trevor starts getting attacked by the Earth Witch. There's a tree that kind of reaches out and grabs him and like holds his arms, and then eventually he snaps it. You know, we were like, we can't can't be done. We're gonna have to hoist me in the air. That's gonna take a crane or something, you know. And then we're like, that's not gonna happen. So then we kind of just rewrote it.
Yeah, we shot that way out in the desert in Santa Clarita.
Dude,
And
we're
there
in the
were Santa
mountains.
Ana winds blowing at the time, and they were 50, 60 miles an hour. We were laying on set
Dude,
pieces to keep it
the
on the ground.
cemetery set was styrofoam. I don't know if you can tell. The brick and all that stuff, and everything at the cemetery. So these winds come in at like 100 miles an hour one night, and it literally took that circle wall, lifted the whole thing up into the air by
Like
like
a
30
helicopter.
feet, dude. It was like, we were like, okay, well, there goes set. All right, cool.
Cut!
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Let's talk about yourself.
Won't even talk about the UFOs.
There were UFOs.
Let's talk a little bit about the cast, because I think the cast is really stellar.
Fuck the kid.
Yeah,
You know the
I
cast?
love all of
with
them.
the exception of one actor, they were pretty good.
He's probably a little difficult to work with.
I was. Yes, you were. I know you were. Shut up.
Where did you find your cast? Have you worked with them before?
No, well, Jamie Brightbill, she is, basically our niece. And we put her in everything because she can act well. She's not bad on the eyes. And she basically will do whatever you tell her. So we were like, Jamie. And then everyone else we auditioned. And I mean, we auditioned for a while, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we
They
must
were
have.
mostly LA local.
LA local, brought in from my personal manager or her agent, connecting agents to agents and that kind of stuff. So, our biggest grab is Sydney. I think she was phenomenal in
Played
it.
Jenny.
Yeah, she played Jenny, man, and she's gonna blow up. That girl, they're all doing a lot now. I mean, Jamie alone has done like 50 movies since then. Courtney, she's got like 500,000 followers on Instagram, and she's doing her own little model thing, and they all do. Olivia, they're all doing their own thing.
Where did you find your grandfather?
That's Richard Elfman, bro.
Boingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
Richard Elfman, man.
I love that opening. It's just so absurd. It's
I
fantastic.
know. He wrote that entire thing. It's basically him yelling at me every night. You fucking idiot. What? Leave me alone. I'm typing. This is what you said to write. But Richard was a friend of Roy's, Canera. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Richard Elfman. He had a movie called Forbidden Zone back in the 80s. He's part of Oingo Boingo. His brother's Danny Elfman and his sister's Jenna.
Niece, I think.
Is it his niece?
Yeah.
I don't know. He wouldn't give me her phone number. He came on and he was so excited to be this berating person, but he still calls me his grandson. He'll send me a message every once in a while checking in on me, which is great. We only worked together for like 2 days.
I love the movie. Let's turn it over to the audience, though. Who's got
Yeah.
some questions for him? Yes, sir.
One.
Does your back still hurt getting slammed into a ship?
Yeah, it does. It did. It doesn't hurt anymore. I slept on the floor for the last week, so it feels a lot better now. But yeah, that milk crate. In one of the takes when I get